Before we go to the objection, I think one of the things we need to clear is the fact that the court is also a part of the electoral process. It doesn't end at the polls where you feel aggrieved, and we've seen instances where cases have been overturned at certain levels of the court, and also mandates restored, and also certain mandates taken away from certain individuals based on infractions, based on non-compliance with the electoral procedure, electoral laws. And we've seen all since, since 1999, we've seen how much the court has been a part of the system. Because I hear people say things like some are court governors and this like that. It doesn't end at the polls. It's a chain.
So that's why you can't really second guess the courts.
Exactly.
You've got to be patient and wait. Much. It's not over till it's over.
Exactly.
That probably was the hope of the two gentlemen, Messrs. Adeniran.
That's actually is the hope, and is also their right, constitutionally guaranteed right, because you have a right to sue and be sued under the 1999 Constitution as amended. So you talked about what exactly were the
particulars
issues
of the case.
It's amazing how with this past election, this recent election, we've seen some petitions almost bordering on frivolities, and it's so bad that I was somewhere and a young, brilliant, smart kid, a teenager, was asking me that, "Uncle, why did they take this kind of thing? Don't their lawyers know what they're doing?" And I'm like, "Shut up! You don't talk to a lawyer like that, like that." He was like, "No, this is not a matter of shut up. That look at what the justices were saying, And I was like, "Say, one of the beauty of law, and I tell everybody who cares to listen, when we were doing elementary law, there were cases we saw that almost bordered on nothing. You promised me something, you didn't give me, and then I presume that you made an offer and then there was no acceptance." Those were the cases that actually form the principles of law that we celebrate today.
Okay.
So you cannot blame anybody.
So in a sense,
it's one of the ways of developing our jurisprudence.
Indeed, and that's where people talk about technicalities of the law.
That's also part of the ball game. But sometimes also, the only snag will be where people have gone to court, certain cases have been decided, there are precedents, and you are still going, then your case may now be a case of, maybe the court will just tell us, this is how not to be stupid.
Okay.
So
well, that young guy, that young teenager, you can't blame him too much then.
Very much.
When he was saying, "Uncle, why are people?"
So some cases bother on how not to be stupid.